Ever felt like you're putting so much effort, yet your finances are still all over the place? Imagine building your wealth, not by sheer luck, but by cultivating consistent habits every single day. Today, I'm revealing how consistency, both in life and financial management, can actually help you unlock the key to financial freedom. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, I'm Miss Wangoi Mwithathi and welcome back to my channel, your trusted guide for smart money moves and personal growth. In today's video, we are talking about the critical role of consistency when it comes to managing your finances. We'll be discussing how inconsistency can actually wreak havoc on your savings and investment goals, and of course, share practical, actionable strategies to help you build and maintain disciplined habits. Okay? Because when it comes to money, you need to have discipline. So, if you're ready to transform your financial future, do well to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications bell so you never miss out on any of our latest tips. Let's first start by understanding the impact of inconsistency when it comes to your finances and your life. Inconsistency can be a very big barrier to financial success. And here's how. For instance, if you have unpredictable savings, sporadic saving habits hinder the growth of something like your emergency fund, and in case you're planning for a retirement planning. Without a consistent approach, you're never sure if you'll have enough when you need it. Okay? Because you're not consistent. So there's a probability that it's not even growing. Another way inconsistency becomes a barrier is when it comes to debt accumulation. When you have poor tracking of your expenses, it will always lead to overspending and over-reliance on credit. In Kenya, you find yourself always getting the Fuliza option. You're always Fulizaing, or this other one for M-Pesa is called what? I can't even remember. I don't use it. It will come to me. Problem is, this not only increases your debt, but it keeps you in a constant cycle of financial instability. Because even if money comes to you, you have to first pay the debt and then you have to borrow again. Always paying interest on top of interest. So eventually you're just in this cycle. Another way inconsistency becomes a barrier is it leads to missed opportunities. Irregular investing means you missing out on opportunities. For instance, on compound interest and market growth. You need to keep this in mind. Every missed investment is a lost chance for future gains. You can never get it back. Just like time, once it's gone, it's gone. And lastly, stress. And this is because financial unpredictability breeds anxiety and affects your decision making, impacting your overall well-being. You'll always be stressed. When people are talking about the future, you don't want to have that conversation because you're not preparing yourself, or you're just not consistent. You're not being loyal to yourself. So most of the time you'll just be worried. Now, let's talk about why being consistent is so challenging in our daily lives. Why sometimes it's just hard. One thing we need to admit is something like being consistent. It's easier said than done. Here are some of the main challenges people go through when it comes to being consistent. 1, lack of role models. Without examples of disciplined financial behavior, positive habits like budgeting, investing, or something as simple as saving aren't easily ingrained. Okay? It's easy to copy someone. So if there's no one who's doing these things around you when you're growing up, or it just sort of becomes a problem. 2, having a short-term mindset. You know, this lure of instant gratification. I want it now. Immediate gratification often shadows the benefits of long-term financial planning. This is buying now versus investing for later. So most people tend to go for things that are more short-term than long-term. So a short-term mindset overshadows long-term. 3, self-doubt. When you doubt yourself, you don't believe in yourself. And this is because post-failures can erode confidence. If you've actually tried something and you failed not once, not twice, your confidence sort of is not on a very great foundation. So this makes it actually even more harder to commit to something new or consistent routines. And finally, overwhelm. This is when you set like very big financial goals for yourself and they seem enormous, you know. At some point you'll feel overwhelmed. I know you're the one who set those goals, but at some point you'll feel overwhelmed, and most of the times you'll find yourself procrastinating instead of taking actionable steps. So now let's explore actionable strategies to build consistency in your financial life. 1, you need to cultivate self-discipline. Do this by starting small, automating finances, and of course, habit stacking. Begin with micro habits. This can be something as simple as tracking one daily expense. Eventually, small wins build momentum. Set up automatic transfers to savings or investment accounts to eliminate decision making. Okay? We get overwhelmed sometimes, we forget we are humans. So if you can automate your account, do that. Or put a standing order. Most people understand standing order in Kenya. So you do that. When it comes to habit stacking, attach new financial habits to an existing routine. For instance, reviewing your budget right after your morning coffee or your morning tea, if you're a tea person. 2, rebuild self-trust. You do this by setting smart goals, celebrating wins, and reframing setbacks. Define specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. For instance, save a certain amount for emergencies. When it comes to celebrating small wins, celebrate every milestone. Acknowledge that milestone. Okay? Whether it's a week of tracking your expenses or paying off a small debt, celebrate that. And when you encounter a setback, view slip-ups as opportunities for growth or to learn something new. Ask yourself, what or how can I improve next time? Don't beat yourself up. So, and 3, show up for yourself. You do this by visualizing success, doing daily check-ins, and protecting your priorities. Create a vision board or use a spreadsheet to track something like your debt reduction and savings growth. When you do this, when you look at that, it will keep you motivated as a person. And we need that motivation to help us keep going strong. Spend 5 to 10 minutes every day reviewing your financial goals and progress. And always treat financial commitments like non-negotiable appointments. Remember to always pay yourself first and to always stick to the plan. Stick to your plan no matter what. That is you protecting your priorities. Now, let's address some common obstacles and how to overcome them. And this is because even with the best strategies, obstacles can arise. These are things like unexpected expenses, motivation dips, and impatience. So for unexpected expenses, you build an emergency fund. It's okay, you can start small. Okay? There's no limit to, we're all different. So you decide what it is that you can be putting aside for an emergency. This will be able to cushion you against sudden costs. As for motivation, use accountability tools. For instance, budgeting apps, systems that will help you stay on track. And to deal with impatience, focus on the process rather than the immediate results. Consistency builds over time. It takes time. Just remember, every small step counts. Okay? Now, let's have a look at the mindset shifts that lead to long term success. Reframe your approach. Build systems over willpower. Have self compassion. And focus on progress, not perfection. Sawa sawa? Now, let me give you the final steps that you can make to start today or to start now. Okay? 1. Automate one thing. Make sure you just at least one, two, moja tu. Okay? Set up a recurring transfer every week or every month. From your normal account to a savings or an investment account. This small step creates a habit of saving or investing for you without constant effort. So, get out, go talk to your bank about automating. Most of them, they will tell you they are not doing it. Talk to them about having a standing order. Okay? Might cost something, but it won't cost you much to go and consult them. Just go find out. After that, you can decide if you want to do it or not. So, 2, track your spending for 3 days. You can install an app or use a simple notebook, even your phone. Monitor your expenses and identify at least one thing, one unnecessary cost that you can cut. And 3, write a promise to yourself. I know it might sound like a cliche, but you do that. Write a promise. You can craft a personal commitment note, something like, I will show up for my financial goals by doing this and that. You know yourself, you know what you want or you're willing to do. And then read it daily to stay motivated. Put this note somewhere somewhere you'll see it every day. I'm sure that's not too hard. In conclusion, mastering personal finance and being consistent is not about making huge changes overnight. It's about accepting and willing to make these differences in your daily actions. By building disciplined habits and shifting your mindset, you lay the foundation for lasting financial security. Habits will take you places. Well, I hope this gets to help someone. I'm Miss Wangoi Mwithathi, and I'll see you in my next video.